we are talking about the mindset when it comes to raising your rates. Welcome to my podcast. I'm Serenity Iris, and I love sharing mindset tips on how you can grow your business. I grew my brick and mortar naturopathic clinic to 6 figures and beyond. I sold it to transition into online mentorship, especially for practitioners and entrepreneurs, to shift at the mindset level, because that's where the bulk of our power is. Over 95% of our power is there to help them grow their businesses. So if you are interested in leveraging your time and expertise, you can check out further trainings. I'll share them in the description below. So let's talk about raising your rates. I've done this so many times over my businesses and career, and every time I go to do it, it is better and better now, but I would feel like things stirring up in me, right? Oh, what if people don't like it? What if they can't afford it? What if I have drop off? All of these negative what if questions. Can you relate to, to being flooded with those negative what if questions? And it's so fascinating because what's actually happening is you're positioning yourself to give yourself a raise, of course, financially, but also energetically. And when you remember this, when you know this, then the actual numbers kind of are secondary, right? It's not so much about, checking out the competition and seeing what everyone else is doing and then charging accordingly. I don't really go with that at all in general. So members in my community know their value, know their worth, right? We work a lot on building up the mindset, building up the confidence. If you want help and support with that, you can check out the resources I have in the description. But this is foundational, because if you don't have that, and if you just change the number or slap on another 0 or 2 just for the sake of raising your rate without having it rooted in this conviction and belief of the value that you're providing, it's not going to work. And so what we want to do is make sure you are really doing the inner work as it comes up. So in other episodes, I have shared on, really being okay with looking at the dark side, looking at the stuff that's trying to come up to attempt to sabotage you. And if you allow it, it will. And so we are stronger than that. We can overcome that. And when we do, it really boosts us up. It really strengthens us up. And so when it comes to your rate, it's not just about changing the number or raising it by a certain percentage or anything like that. It's actually a re-examination of your conviction and your belief of what you have to offer. And then you go from there. Let me know if this idea makes sense. So if you're like, oh, okay, talk to me about specifics. So you could be, let's say you were charging $150 for your service. You're some kind of a practitioner and you meet with people one-on-one and you give them some counseling or advice or therapeutic suggestions, and that's been your rate for a while. And as the cost of running your business goes up, if you haven't adjusted that to keep up with just the regular rising of the costs, but not only that, the rising of your expertise and experience, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because then your net profit goes down. Does this make sense? So let's say you want to go from $150 a session to you want to raise it to $200. So if you do not adjust yourself first from the inside out, you could put it on your price list, maybe on your website or, at the office desk, and it just won't feel right, and any of the doubts that you have, oh, maybe people will cancel. Well, they will. Oh, maybe they won't like it. Well, that's right, they won't, because that's the belief that you have of it. But what if the belief was, oh, maybe people can see that I'm giving myself a raise and they really value it, and it's giving them an opportunity to value the product or the service even more. Isn't that amazing? And so people are not just connecting with you, enrolling or booking in to work with you just because of the actual service. They're actually connecting with you in particular because of your energy. Super important. So let's say you're going from one-on-one visits to a comprehensive package or program, or maybe it's a higher end offering where you're not just doing a visit here, a visit there, but you're actually putting together in a beautiful system where you can work the most comprehensively and deeply with someone to help them get the actual results they're really going for. So not cutting any corners, but the full meal deal. And you're looking at, well, the price obviously has to be reflective of that. So there's going to be an inner experience. I was almost going to say struggle. It can be a struggle. It was for me at times, but then shifting it to, okay, there's this inner experience, doubts are coming up, limiting beliefs are coming up. So that's golden, right? So when those doubts, the limiting beliefs, those older mindsets are showing themselves to you, it's this opportunity to heal and shift those. And so in particular, there are certain money mindsets that are really important to have dialed in. And that's actually what I cover in my Money Mindset Secrets course. It's a new course. And if you want, if you're loving this and you just want to dive in and start shifting things right away, that would be the course to start with. It's amazing. And they are the mindsets that I used to turn things around. That's what I used when I had invested tens of thousands into marketing, into ads, into websites, funnels, and all these kinds of fancy things. And when that wasn't panning out the way I was hoping, I just basically stopped funding all of that and directed all of my focus to the mindset exclusively. I made no changes with any kind of social media, marketing, anything. I just shifted my mindset, and that's when things grew in a handful of months, grew to the point where I had doubled my income twice. So these are my money mindset secrets that I've put into this amazing course because I want to help you to help more people. I want you to be attracting ideal clients in a more effortless kind of a way where it's, of course, you're going to show up and do your work, right? That's super important. But it doesn't have to involve all of this struggle and suffering. That's unnecessary when we're working with the 95%, which is our mindset, the deeper inner work, the mindset, the vibration of what we're sharing and putting out there. So if this resonates, the next step probably for you would be to check out that course. If you're wanting a bit more of a deep dive and exploration of a full system, the 3-part sacred sales system is a roadmap that I've really designed. And when I looked back at what I had done to grow things in my businesses, I put it all in this training in the academy. So I have a free masterclass that's in the description, totally free. You can watch it so that you understand what that roadmap is. And then if you're at a point where you're like, yeah, you really want to take things to the next level, you are ready to shift at the mindset level, or maybe you've already started the shifts with the Money Mindset Secrets, that free masterclass training, and then potentially the next step in working together might be the best next step for you, because not only do we need the mindset working really well, we want to make sure that you have a really great offer. So we go into that, and then really about how to enroll more of those people into what you're offering. So that's a complete roadmap. If you're wanting to just dive in and get started with the mindset right away, the Money Mindset Secrets is an awesome course. You can go through it independently. I've designed it that way so that even if you're busy, you'll get through it. So coming back to raising your rates, like what are you going to do when it's time to raise your rates, when you are looking at your numbers and aren't maybe taking in as much as you would like? Maybe you have, the rising costs of things, or you're looking to grow and expand your business, bringing on new team members to support you. It's important to increase that cash flow, and raising your rates is one of the ways to do that. And we also don't want to just slap on a new number and have it be very mechanical. We want to adjust and do the inner mindset work to be able to shift it so it's in full alignment. So if this resonates with you, definitely leave a comment. I'm going to get into, let's see, there's some pretty deep pieces that get uncovered when we go to make a move to raise our rates. And we've touched on this, but I want to go deeper because the self-worth piece is so huge for so many of us. It's like, oh my gosh, are people even going to see the value? Does it even have the value? Is it worth it? Am I worth it? Lots of self-worth things. So I share this often in my community with our members. Owning a business, running a business is one of the greatest personal development, spiritual development vehicles that we have. We think it's about serving people and generating money and taking care of our families with our income. Yes, that's all a part of it. But really, like when you get to the core of it, it will show you all of your stuff. It has shown me like so much of my stuff. And so self-worth, confidence, maybe you're tuned into what's happening with the world and are sensitive to like, oh, okay, well, the economy is shifting. Will the economy be able to handle this? And, if you go up and down with that roller coaster of what's happening outside, you're going to allow the outside to dictate what your experience is. And I would rather that you flip it so that your inner world and experience are then shaping the outside, because ultimately you are creating your own economy. I have more podcast episodes about creating your own economy. You can check those out after this one. But it's so important that we dial this in, because understanding your worth and value allows for greater shifts and transformations with the people that you're working with, right? So if you come in at like a discount, bargain, cheap prices, you're going to be treated like a commodity. You're going to be treated like a pair of white running shoes. I give this example a lot. So 10 stores that have the exact same pair of white running shoes, and you're going to go with the cheapest option, or maybe the most convenient one, right? It's just the same pair of white running shoes versus you are not a pair of white running shoes. You are you. And so when you own that, it really sets you apart energetically, and then in all of your messaging as well. Super, super important, because there are aspects of your experience personally, professionally, your wisdom that you've gained over your time that you can share, that people are going to resonate with you. And there might be 10 other practitioners or business owners who offer similar things, but they won't do it in quite the same way that you do. And I actually don't see the 10 other businesses as competition. They could in fact be collaborators, friends, right? So you're building things together ultimately. Like we're all ultimately in this together. So I want to help you grow your business in any way that I can. Today we covered raising your rates, because it might just be that time for you. And if it is, feel free to share, comment raising my rates. or giving myself a raise, in the comments. I'd love to hear. And if you resonated with this, definitely subscribe, because I do share a lot of episodes around mindset, around business growth, around our spiritual natures as well. So it's a mix of all of these aspects that work in harmony together, or ideally work in harmony together, so that you can really be growing your business, so that you can be showing up as the best version of you, because there's no one else like you out there. So if I can help you in any way that I can, especially when it comes to your mindset, your vibration, your energy, check out the links in the description if you want to explore further. And comment, like, subscribe, share this episode with any other friends or colleagues who you feel would benefit. And yeah, I look forward to the next episode. I'm Serenity Iris, and I'll talk to you soon. Give yourself a raise.